and scores. Mary O'Neill.
How did they not score? I can't believe it.
Ruutu presents Hockey Week, an inside look at all the action of the NHL. I'm Mike Emmerich. Coming up, an all-star salute from New York.
Did everybody say hello from Central Park, Women's Center? Say hello.
Hello to you, and welcome to Hockey Week. Let's start our show with an all-star jubilee. In honor of New York's first all-star game since 1973, the NHL held a wonderful week-long celebration entitled New York Skates. Grand Central Station in Midtown was where the league kicked off a series of events open free to the public. It included a showcase of all-star artifacts and hockey memorabilia with a most impressive Hall of Fame exhibit.
I am extremely pleased and proud that New York Skates will let all New Yorkers get to know and love the game of hockey. New York Skates will be brought to the fans throughout the city of New York with events in the streets, events in parks and at rinks, and with this exhibit at Grand Central Station from the Hockey Hall of Fame.
The exhibit required months of planning and encompassed an area of 5,000 square feet at Grand Central Station, just filled with priceless NHL paraphernalia and championship trophies.
Well, it took a lot of coordination, working with the Hockey Hall of Fame to make sure they knew what we wanted them to bring down as far as the artifacts go, shipping the trophies down, getting all the cases built, and all the negatives done for what you see behind you for the murals and the photo walls out front. Grand Central pulls in about 100,000 people every day, and hopefully they'll all stop and learn a little bit about hockey if they didn't know about it before.
Another part of the exhibit included interactive video games, a big hit for the younger fans. Also on display, a virtual reality computer simulation game that transforms the average fan into an NHL goalkeeper, complete with electronically enhanced stick and glove. It sure beats a day at the office.
I told my job I'm not coming in. I told him, you better take off work. I'm coming here. Well, actually, I came to see the Stanley Cup trophy, but there's lots of other, interesting trophies and memorabilia about hockey that a lot of fans don't get to see because the Hall of Fame's in Canada, so it's good to come to New York and see it.
The display put an emphasis on hockey tradition from the host city, history ranging from way back to a more recent vintage.
I actually knew a lot of it from my father. He'd always tell me about, Hadfield, Rattel, and Gilbert. We have a jersey at home, an old tie-up jersey with number 7 sewed on, so it's sort of been running in the family.
I am a big fan of Rod Gilbert. Happy to see him here. And going over there's a lot of stuff here that I've never seen before. I think it's great for New York. I myself work in the hotel industry, so it's helping us in that aspect. And I think it's something that Ranger fans need. Maybe we can bring the Stanley Cup here.
You know, the fans in New York are very, very eccentric, fanatic, the best supporters of the Rangers. They have a record to stay with their teams. Loyalty is incredible, and they'll respond.
Mayor Rudy Giuliani unveiled the exhibit with good tidings for hockey, especially the Broadway Blues.
I think that the Ranger organization has done a tremendous job giving us a very exciting and competitive team. And the Ranger fans are the very best, I think, in all of sports. And this may just be the year. We're all hoping for that, and everyone's going to root for it.
From New York's #1 fan to hockey's #1 man, hoping to spread the word on the NHL.
It's a great opportunity for us to be in New York and have the Rangers host the All-Star Game for us. We're also in the media capital of the world, and if this is an opportunity for us to turn more people onto a game that I think has been underexposed and as a result underappreciated, so be it.
Manhattan's Woolman Rink was the site of 3 other New York Skates events, including a skating session for kids with the NHL's Heroes of Hockey. All braved some frigid weather.
We're here freezing in Woolman Ice Rink in Central Park, New York, celebrating the All-Star festivities and celebrating Skate New York with
the Hockey in Harlem kids and some other lucky kids from minor hockey that have won the chance to be coached by Vic. Vic, have you got a message that you're going to give to these guys?
Well, I was really impressed with the way you were showing those kids how to stick handle, Pat. I mean, I remember you used to carry that puck in a pail.
But where do you feel it? You feel it in your hands, right? That's the same thing when you're stick handling. That puck's out there, you can feel that puck sending vibrations up your stick and in your hands, right?
Well, I just think this is what the NHL wanted to do. They wanted to start bringing hockey to the people, so that because it is such a great sport, I think that's what the people, especially in the States, have not really been. They haven't learned about the game. And anytime you get a situation like this, the kids can come out, you can have some fun, and they can learn about the game. It's only going to help make a better product for everybody and make some fans. That's what it's all about.
The kids practiced the basics and received one-on-one tips from some old pros. Former goaltending great Gilles Villemure lent advice to this youngster. A future Vezina Trophy winner, perhaps?
Okay, let's turn it around. Turn it around.
What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to make him use his feet the best ways as possible, because if you want to be a good goaltender, you have to be good on your skates. If you're not good on your skates, you're not going to be a goaltender. And I'm trying to help him move his feet better.
The kids appreciated the constructive criticism and a chance to make a few friends.
How do they take the time out of their life to come over here and share it with us? It helps us feel good, We got to meet people who we never met. And, it's really, good about them that they did that.
Just being outside with everybody, racial harmony. Everybody is one. So nobody thinks about any hatred or crime, stuff like that. Everybody's together.
Ice time these youngsters will likely not soon forget. Now it's time for the Alka-Seltzer Plus Plus Minus Award update. When you got a cold and you got to get relief, you got to get Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Once again, the versatile Sergei Fedorov of the Detroit Red Wings is leader of the pack.
Hatcher's pass stolen by Fedorov. Walks in alone. Undresses Mold for the goal. Oh, baby.
At the All-Star break, Sergei Fedorov has the league's best plus-minus rating. Continue our show with the Eastern Conference. Montreal can be a difficult place for any club to visit. One would think especially so for the expansion Florida Panthers. But these fellas roar on the road. Florida had already beaten the defending champs in Montreal and were looking to do it again.
For those of us who've been around the game a long time, you just can't imagine the team doing this well. But now it's past the 42nd game of the season tonight, past the halfway point. They are real. They are a team that has to be contended with.
Who would have thought at the halfway point they'd be 500? They'll be there with a victory tonight over the Montreal Canadiens here at the Forum. Benning pinching in along the left wing board. Barnes right back to Benning. Cross ice, Murphy. Murphy with a wrist shot. Scores! 1-0. The Panthers take the lead. Here's a break for Grenade. Grenade in, shoots. Oh, it's not there. With a save by Van Beesbrook and the puck cleared by Jeff Smith. Back come the Panthers. We're going end to end. Coast to coast and Belanger. Lamarkin. It scores! Lamarkin. It's 3-0 Florida. Oh my, what a goal.
Florida hoped to hold that 3-0 lead with some strong play in net. And that's exactly what they got from super sharp John Van Beesbrook, who turned aside 43 shots on goal. Half of those in the third period alone.
Looking in front of Moose, and Van Beesbrook gets a piece of it, and it goes sliding over top of the net.
The Panthers won 5-2, improving their mark against the Habs to 2-0-1 this season. Then it was on to Long Island, where the other half of Florida's 1-2 goaltending punch, Mark Fitzpatrick, smothered his former Islander teammates. Fitzy and Beezer make for quite a tandem.
We probably are the strongest team in the NHL for a 1-2 punch. I mean, Johnny Van Beesbrook has stood on his head, and every chance Mark Fitzpatrick gets and goes in, he has played extremely well. So they almost don't even need me there.
Florida extended their unbeaten streak to 4, moving a game above 500 while continuing to rack up big wins on the road. Now let's go from a young club on the go to one of the oldest of hockey maneuvers, the body check. Sending an opponent on a spill is a long-time valued skill. And since we're at the All-Star break, let's look back at some of this season's classic checks.
cork them, corked them.
Boom.
No.
Just a good, solid body check. You go down hard on your back and hit really smart.
They got to stop the play and get down there to get him real quickly. He doesn't know what's happening. Oh, man.
He tried to get up and he couldn't.
You can see that he's trying to get up and his legs are someplace else.
Presents the check of the week. Ruutu, men are back. The Lightning's Chris Joseph was on the receiving end of quite a shot, thanks to a Roenick rock. Stay tuned. Jeremy Roenick puts it to Chris Joseph. Check it out.
Joseph back. Run to the boards by Roenick. What a hit. J.R. Roenick with a monster hit on Joseph.
A real touch of glass. Now let's sound the horn for the Central Division. Coach Bob Berry and the St. Louis Blues may be a middle-of-the-pack club in the Central, but the Brendan Shanahan, Craig Janney, Brett Hull combination is leading the way as the highest-scoring threesome in the league, and the Blues are above 500 with a respectable 52 points. Because of injuries, Shanahan was a late addition to the All-Star squad, a spot certainly well-deserved.
Blues bring it back 2-on-1. Janney across. Shanahan scores! That goal puts Shanahan ahead of Cam Neely into 5th place in the National Hockey League in goals scored. It's also his 200th goal in the National Hockey League.
Craig Janney has played an important role in Shanahan's success.
Craig, he's a great playmaker. He's a very unselfish player, a wonderful interview, and has great hair all the time.
It's easy to make passes. It's hard to put it by a guy who's blocking whatever, how big the net is, I don't even know. But it's harder to score than it is to pass, no doubt about it. That's why they get the big cash.
Also cashing in on Janney's passing has been Brett Hull, another Blues All-Star who makes the most of every opportunity.
Off the backboards, Janney closes the shin guards, ties it up long enough. Look out! Across to Hull it comes. The Blues captain working it over for Shanahan. Turn one in front to Janney. Spun it to Hull. Score!
Brett's put up some spectacular numbers over the years. There's no denying that. But there is, however, one rather offbeat achievement that's eluded him. Hull's never scored an open netter. That is until a recent home game against Edmonton.
And a big hit at center. And picked up by Brett Hull. Empty net.
We had a little bit of a standing joke on that because people that we like to have on the ice in defensive situations with a minute to go in the past anyways have not been Brett Hull. And when we were kidding about it the other day, I asked someone if they saw the claw marks down his back as I tried to get him to come off the ice before he scored. But we have a tape of it. He's almost embarrassed after he scores it.
Oh, I was just never given a chance to go out there and get him. I've always been kind of outspoken about that. You know, you get yourself and the team in a position to be in those leads, and never seem to be out there to capitalize on that. And I went 380-some goals without one, so I figured, what's the sense?
He's kind of embarrassed about scoring empty net goals. I guess he's a true goal scorer and doesn't want to score without a goalie in there. So it's kind of comical in a way, but it shows the kind of character he has.
Things weren't quite as cute for the Blues right before the All-Star break when they dropped yet another one to the Rangers in New York. And then the very next night, St. Louis fell in Philadelphia. Eric Lindros had a hat trick, and the Flyers burst out of a scoring slump with 5 first-period goals, never looking back.
There's a moose loose. Here comes Lindros. Renberg. Lindros. Score! Behind the net to Mark Recchi to Lindros, he scores! Here come the Hatches. It's Crazy Eights time in the Spectrum. Recchi to Lindros. 5-0.
Bob Berry's club will have to wait until after the break to shake the blues. Now it's time for Teamwork, a better way. Brought to you by Glidden, a better way to paint. Patrick Poulin of the Chicago Blackhawks shows how it ought to be done, playing a breakaway to perfection against the Islanders.
One touch with Poulin. Poulin to Ruutu, he scores! Beautiful passing play, Christian Ruutu and Patrick Poulin.
Ruutu and Poulin give their all to make a play. That's teamwork. That's a better way. Now it's time to take a trip over the board. Chicago Stadium, the site of an emotional return for a pair of former Blackhawks. Current Rangers coach Mike Keenan, who was coach and GM for the Hawks, and one-time Chicago mainstay Steve Larmer. Larmer returned a week early from an injury so as not to miss this one.
Low able to move it to Messier. Out of the zone, Larmer pushes it ahead. Larmer moves in on Belfour. Larmer to the net. To Messier. Save!
A penalty shot coming up. Penalty shot. Steve Smith threw a stick. It's penalty shot time for Steve Larmer right here in the Chicago Stadium against Ed Belfour. Baby, this is going to be interesting.
Larmer had played for the Blackhawks for some 12 seasons. Oh, the thoughts that must have gone through Steve's mind as he prepared to take that shot. What was your first thought, Steve?
Not fumbling it. No, I think, just maintaining a good speed and keeping your head up and seeing what the goaltender's doing.
18,472 on their feet at Chicago Stadium. Larmer goes towards Belfour. He scores!
Oh, baby! It means a lot to a lot of people on their team, and this is a game that will make them even a tighter team than what they are already.
Home is where the heart is, but it's sure nice to go back and reminisce. The Rangers won that game, by the way, 5-1. Time for Top 5 Goals, brought to you by Calcium-Rich Tums.
Bradley, number 19, for tackles across the line through traffic. Scores! 28-year-older, look at here, through the center ice area, across the blue line. Beautiful tuck-in backhand move. It's a high hockey game. Tikkanen with Hudson, 2-on-1, Ramage back, Tikkanen, fake, fights in front, score! Mike Hudson! Beautiful play by Esa Tikkanen, and the Rangers have a 2-goal lead for the third time in the game. Tap-in goal, a beautiful play. Cherry night, Borchevsky night, scores! This is a classic goal. He looks like he's done, and he had about an 8-inch space to slide it in.
Third period action, score is tied at 2. Yuri Khymylev along with Howard Chuck into the zone. Here's Howard Chuck to Khymylev. He scores!
Khymylev works 2-on-1 with Howard Chuck. That's what quick puck movement and perfect passing will do. And the puck's in the net.
Here comes Guerin moving across the Capitals line. Guerin takes behind the net, the wraparound, he scores! This kid, Guerin, can he fly? Right around the net, beats everybody. Wow, what a goal!
The New York Skates events proved to be a sky-high success. And next week, we'll touch on some more behind-the-scenes happenings at Madison Square Garden for the All-Star Game, including the Heroes of Hockey game and, of course, the skills competition, where we always capture lots of oohs and ahs.
Yes. Yes, 2. Yes, 3. Yeah! You got it.
So take a shot with us next time as Brute presents Hockey Week. This is Mike Emmerich. Hockey Week was brought to you by Brute. Brute. Men are back.